This is one part of a larger picture. I mean, we have a huge city park that's planned for the back of this area right here. This piece of property was purchased. You can see it's pretty blighted up pretty badly. This piece of property was purchased in order to take down this neighborhood blight. At this point, we're going to leave it flat, and in the future, this would be the site of a possible community center, senior center, some kind of resource center for our neighborhood. We have a growing concern. I mean, there's a large influx of people coming back into Windsor Forest, which is great, and they're bringing all these small children. And we have our elementary school, which is just behind you over here, and it's about getting near capacity, and they're needing more room. So at some point, the building and the space that we're using over there is just going to literally be needed by the school system itself. And we foresee into the future the possibility of having to relocate our facility over there. So this is a potential solution to that, to build a center here in the middle of the neighborhood on hallowed ground. This is the old Windsor Forest Country Club. This is the nucleus center of the neighborhood, and this would be the ideal spot for a development or a project like that. From a lot of people that are going to be very happy. I mean, if you pan around, you can see we've got graffiti, we've got liquor bottles, we've got just about everything that's undesirable in here that you don't want. You can see we got just about all of the undesirable elements that are occurring right here. So this needs to be cleaned up. And and the amazing thing is thousands of people pass by Windsor Road every single day, and they pass right by this. And if this is what they're looking at in the heart of the neighborhood, this is what becomes their thoughts and their perception of what this neighborhood is. This is a very strong and vibrant neighborhood, and this does not display or represent what we are in Windsor Forest. The park will come with a walking trail, with a children's playground, with a dog park for large dogs and for big dogs. It will accomplish traffic calming on two of our arterial roads over here, Woodley Road and Linwood Road. It will also provide a passive area for folks that just want to take a casual walk and maybe sit on the bench and have a private conversation or a talk. In addition, in the future, if this comes to fruition with all of this that we're planning, this would indeed be an interactive community resource center park, all connected to one. So one large city resource center that would go beyond what we think of today as a community center. This would actually be a point or a place where people could come to seek help and assistance through multiple agencies and different resources to their avail. The park is under development now, so we'll start to see some development in that area here very shortly. This will be demolished here in the coming week. So this is you're probably taking the last shots of this all up. This is already paid for. Demolition is in with the project for the park, and it'll be funded out of the discretionary fund of the SPLOST dollars that each of the aldermen got for their districts. The easy thing about this project, we already own land. So we had land that was becoming an illegal dumping site where other criminal activity was occurring. So we're taking and basically using resources that we already have and converting it to useful resources for the citizens and giving them outlets to be outside and to engage in their neighborhood. So this 6+ acre site is significant in that you don't find this kind of land and this tract of property anywhere else in the city of Savannah. I mean, this is significant, and this is going to be an amazing improvement for our community. And it's been a long time coming. I mean, this place looked like this 20 years ago, and it was abandoned, and it was an eyesore, and it was part of what the community wanted something to change. We made some changes, but it's gone back. It's slipped back, and now we've got to do something, and I think now with the city being involved and doing the right thing, I think that the community is going to benefit and prosper from these decisions. For capital needs, for like a resource center or a community center, those would be significant, so we would have to look at additional funding and either capital or potentially a SPLOST 7 funding into the future. So, it'd be important, neighborhood projects, improvements are real important in that You know, those are the things that give people the pride of ownership. And I think that, you know, let's be honest, with this gone and cleaned up, it improves our neighborhood. And people riding by here aren't going to see a blighted site and go, oh my God, I don't want to buy a house in Windsor Forest, or look how bad Windsor Forest is becoming. This is going to be cleaned up. This is going to be cut and maintained, and people can ride by here with a sense of pride. And at some point, there'll be some kind of city statement made right here for our entire community, which will be for the region, for not just Windsor Forest, but for Wilshire and for Middle Ground and for Coffee Bluff and all. So it'll be a major focal point, not only a sense of pride for our neighborhood, but it'll go back to the genius of the developers in 1955 that laid out this Windsor Forest community and gave this land right here for that type of purpose. And it's going back to the original purpose that it originally was set out for, and I'm very proud of that.